Please welcome our next speaker of the night, Jackson Calvert.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if they could become something more. See if they could work together when you needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Nick Fury. Now, I'm sure there are many of you that have heard this quote before, and for those of you who haven't, what rock have you been living underneath? Even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson likes superheroes and is in fact being cast as Black Adam in an upcoming DC movie. Nick Fury's words, however, come from Marvel's The Avengers, one of the most iconic superhero franchises to date. These superheroes have become a staple of American culture since their inception and eventual rise to popularity in the 1940s. Kids everywhere have seen and know the staple superheroes like Superman, Wonder Woman, Iron Man, and Black Panther, and the list just goes on. People look up to these heroes for their protection in the event of a crisis or hardship to help them through it safely. They have a powerful desire to help people and better the world in which they live. I think really that superheroes draw a parallel to us all, especially now as we're about to move on to this next stage of our lives. And we should really keep this in mind today as we look towards our own heroes' journeys. Today is the ultimate superhero crossover. Avengers Infinity War does not hold a candle to the 1,400 heroes I see sitting before me. However, you may now be wondering, what exactly does it mean to be a hero, or what exactly does it take? Well, a hero is someone who is willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice to help and serve other people. Essentially, they make lip service into a reality, but all for what? A shower of applause? Some medals? Most heroes do what they do because a hero embodies the ideals of truth, justice, and peace. No hero, however, got to where they are today without adversity. They all have a story of how they got to the glorified people that we know today. Each and every one of us has a story too. Some sad, some are filled with joy, others with stress or adversity. But we all start somewhere. Where did you start? Think way back to when you were a kid. You grew up making it into kindergarten and eventually grade school. It all seemed to go by in the snap of a finger. You started to make friends along the way until you got into middle school, where everybody became a hormonal disaster. Despite all the terrible jokes, the acne, and the oh-so-strange smells, we persevered making it into high school. Now we were older. We started noticing the world and the people around us more. People's lives started to unfold before you. Some of us were spiraling downwards into an abyss, and only you could help them out of it. You stayed with them. You talked with them. You gave them a reason to live, a reason to be happy, a reason to smile. You saved them. You became their hero. So now when you're at college stressing over the tests to study for, or you're worrying about a job interview, you should stop for a moment and smile and think back to how far you've come. It's no easy feat making it as far as we all have. Your entire life has been leading up to this point in which you now get to decide, who am I? My time here at Plano Senior High has been quite enjoyable, and I savored every second of it. It seemed to go by so fast, but I formed lasting friendships and made so many memories. I took several AP classes. I was an active member of the band, a part of the debate team my junior year, and involved in other clubs and activities. Adding a job to the mix my senior year left me plenty busy. Now, I know I'm no valedictorian or salutatorian, but I am me, Jackson Calvert. And knowing that and what I've accomplished and not always comparing myself to others constantly was an important part of my hero's journey. What will your moment be? When will it come? What do you want to accomplish, and how do you plan to achieve it? My advice to you is know who you are and stick to it. Yet even then, there is no perfect hero. They falter and take missteps in their lives just like we do. Whether you're a human, a Kryptonian or an Asgardian, you're going to make mistakes. Dealing with this adversity is what causes us to grow into well-developed characters. With no problems, what would the plot for your story be? What then would be your purpose if you had everything? Sticking true to yourself and your ideals is what will keep you on track towards your goals and ambitions. It's important to realize that everybody has a kryptonite, and it's impossible to be perfect. You can spend 12 whole years practicing and studying the English language and still make grammatical errors on a paper for a very, very, very important speech. Now, it's time for all of us to move on to the next chapter of our lives. You have your skills, your talents, and your friends and family to support you, and they are your superpowers. All that's left is maybe a cool superhero name and a costume. That's for you to decide, however. I think it's time we took some responsibility for the power we have over our future and the world that we will all impact. To summarize, as Uncle Ben says it best, with great power comes great responsibility. Whose hero will you be? Congratulations, class of 2018.